Hello, this is Mark Satterfield, and welcome to the Velvet Rope Playbook. Tonight's chapter, The Chef Behind the Curtain. What personal chefs teach us about selling to the wealthy. There's a man in Palm Beach who starts cooking at 4:30 a.m. No apron, no clanging pans, just a starched white chef coat, a silent kitchen, and a stocked Sub-Zero full of rare produce flown in overnight. His name is Jules. You've never heard of him, and that's exactly the point. Jules is a private chef for a multi-generational family with homes in 4 cities, a private jet, and a distaste for restaurant reservations. He doesn't do interviews. He doesn't want a cookbook deal. He doesn't even have Instagram. But here he is, without question, one of the highest paid service providers in Florida. And what makes Jules fascinating isn't his cooking. It's how he delivers luxury. So precisely, so intuitively, and so quietly that his entire career runs on referral alone. No outreach, no marketing, no chasing. Just reputation, rhythm, and restraint. Which, if you're paying attention, is exactly how you should be positioning your business if you want to attract ultra-wealthy clients. Now, before we dive into the lessons, if you want more real-world strategies for attracting high-net-worth clients without begging for attention or selling your soul, go to getwealthyclients.com. You'll find my best-selling books, exclusive video trainings, and frameworks used by top-tier advisors, consultants, and agents who serve the elite. Everything there is designed to help you stop looking for clients and start selecting them. Okay, back to Jules. Let's look at what he does that most service professionals completely overlook. First, anticipation beats reaction. Jules doesn't wait for his clients to tell him what they want. He already knows their preferences, their allergies, their mood shifts based on season, their guest patterns, and even the cadence of their workouts. He plans 3 days ahead, shops 2 days ahead, preps 1 day ahead. And by the time his clients walk into the kitchen, the scent, lighting, and plating already reinforces a message. You don't have to think. You're in good hands. If you're a consultant, advisor, or high-end service provider, that's your job too. Don't just respond to client needs. Anticipate their trajectory. Know what they'll need before they ask. Have answers ready before the questions form. Map out their next move before they realize they are stalled. Affluent clients don't pay for information. They pay for clarity and containment, and that begins with anticipation. Second, discretion is the new differentiation. Jules never talks about his clients. Not at dinner parties, not to vendors, not even to friends. Why? Because in the elite world, loose lips are a liability. And discretion is what gets you rebooked for a lifetime. One client once joked, "He knows more about our family than our attorney, and we trust him more." Do your materials, your emails, your social presence reflect that level of restraint? Or are you oversharing for engagement? When you sell to the wealthy, privacy is part of the package. Your tone needs to project control. Your posture needs to say, what happens here stays here. And your content shouldn't scream, "Look at me." It should whisper, "I'm trusted where it matters." Third, taste is telegraphed. Let's talk plating. Jules once served a simple breakfast: soft-boiled egg, soldiers of toast, a slice of pink paella. But everything was arranged with editorial precision. Monogrammed linen napkin, silver toast rack, baccarat glass with fresh pressed juice. The eggshell lightly cracked, so it didn't need to be tapped. Why? Because presentation equals perceived value. You're not just delivering advice, service, or strategy. You're curating an experience. Is your website built like a luxury invitation or a SaaS landing page? Does your PDF feel like Vanity Fair or a real estate flyer? Does your intake process feel like onboarding a client or being welcomed into a private club? Details whisper status. If you want to sell high-fee services, your visual identity better not look mass market. Fourth, you are the vibe. Jules never shows stress, not during surprise guests, not when ingredients don't arrive, not when someone's child wants mac and cheese but fancy. His tone is steady. His tempo is calm. His presence radiates, "I've got this." And that's what wealthy clients really buy. Not just service, stability. When you market yourself, don't just talk outcomes. Project an aura of competence. Your calm is your calling card. Your composure is the closing argument. If you want to build a business like Jules, one that attracts without advertising, earns without explaining, and retains without discounting, go to getwealthyclients.com. There you'll get access to the positioning systems and high-trust sales playbooks that help you design a business that feels like it belongs in the lives of the wealthy. Last story. Jules once turned down a gig cooking for a billionaire who had just sold a fintech company. Too much chaos, he said. They didn't want a chef, they wanted a performer. And that's the difference. Jules isn't trying to be impressive. He's trying to be indispensable. In your business, the same applies. Stop trying to be loud. Be essential. That's how you sell to the 1%. That's how you earn referrals behind closed doors. And that's how you build a practice so elegant they invite you in, not as a vendor, but as the one who makes everything feel complete. This is Mark Satterfield. Thanks for listening to this chapter of the Velvet Rope Playbook. I'll be back at you soon with something new, but until then, bye for now.